rap beats. See you on the way up. Only looking down, I'ma see where we came from. You ain't gotta wait.
What's going on, guys? We're back for another live here, ready to rock and roll. Ethan, you hear me okay?
Yep, I got you loud and clear.
Sweet. We're live here on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, all the things, answering any questions you guys have around scaling your video business. So if you are just joining live, let us know in the chat where you're calling in from. We would love to know. And drop your best questions on how to, like, what questions you have around scaling your video business. What's the main constraint? What's the main bottleneck? What's the main problem? And then we're going to answer as much as we can on this live for you guys today. Ethan, what's going on in your world, dude? How are clients? How's everything going? What's the story?
Good. People are good. Generating leads, taking sales calls, follow-ups.
All the fun stuff. I love it.
Yep,
Let me get some wins going here. I'm going to pull up the wins channel. Give me a sec here. I gotta scroll up. Hold on. Okay, cool. Let me pull this up here, guys. Share screen. Hold on, I gotta allow it. All right, everybody see this okay? Sweet. We got some wins popping here. James Drake closed a trial with a client. Robert Berlin said they have a, what did they say? They said they've been kind of quiet lately. Got a wave of new business, scrambling to keep up right now. They met with a landscape and outdoor contractor who's going to be a very good fit for their agency. Looks like they're interested in a website, advertising, social media. It could be $100K lifetime value from that client, which is huge. They're working on landing that deal, which I love. John said he had a really good pitch with an insurance agency. They're going to give him an answer on Monday. And then I think if I scroll down, he ended up closing that. Hold on. Yeah, just locked in $3K, 3 month, 7,500 retainer with that client, which was huge. Let me scroll back up here. Shane had 2 businesses reach out from a Facebook post he made. Clayton just launched his first batch of new ads with the new funnel, which is awesome. Tom Ludlow, they actually just got their new studio. Have you seen this, Ethan? It's huge. I don't know if you saw this, but they have their new studio here. They do a lot of VFX, so they have this like honey coming over the studio, which is sick. But they just invested in a brand new studio, which is awesome. Kyle Cassie got his first lead from ads after launching, and they booked a discovery call, which is awesome. Nick got, he said he spent 2 hours recording a bunch of assets, got his VSL, got his ads done, and said big shout out to you and Evan for helping him with everything, which was huge. I'm going to lose my voice rolling through all these wins, dude. Hold on. We got a couple more. Hunter Jackson just got a new client, wealth management, started getting new leads daily, which they are loving working with him. Justin Bond got a 3/4 retainer. Do you know what kind of client that was that he worked with, that he's working with?
I think it's medical.
Medical? Okay, yeah, cool. So. Sick. And then Stevie got, they're knocking out their assets, feeling good. John, I said they locked in that deal. Daniel locked in a $21,600 deal. Matt Stone just did major overhauling. He's starting to spend $300 a day. He hit 50K last month. We're aiming for 60, 70, 80K a month here soon. And then Abraham got his first win. He closed a psychiatrist or a 3-month, 8K deal, which is great. And then one other one that was a big one that I did a case study on. Well, Matt closed that 12K, but then scrolling up too much here, guys. Where is it? Where is it? I'm trying to find that one. I know Hassan had hit 186K last month, which was huge. I'm just trying to find that win. But those are our wins, guys. Let me stop sharing. Let's get to some questions we got here. Got people calling in from New Mexico, from, what is KY? I don't know why I can't.
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah, Kentucky. Cat is? I never heard of Cat is. That's awesome. Sick. We got some people on Instagram. We got some questions going there. Ask any questions you guys have. We're going to kind of compile those and then we're going to run through those here, guys. S5L Production says, question is, would you recommend adjusting our packages or offer everything, even though they may not need the package, and then remove the things they don't need during the proposal call? I would have set packages that you pitch. And then, yeah, if they don't need specific things, you could always take some things out and reduce the price if you need to. That could be something that you do to get them down if price is a concern, right? But it's only if price is a concern. If price isn't a concern, I wouldn't start taking things out unless they have an issue there. Because you never want to just discount your prices and be like, hey, it's cheaper now. You want to say like, hey, what do you want to take out so that we can get you to whatever, budget you need to get to for the project, which is huge. Bronwell Design Studio says, I'm wanting to get some retainers going, but I'm not entirely certain what the actual deliverable should be. It just depends on the package. That's one of the things we help our coaching clients with is figuring out what they want to offer. But typically, I mean, Ethan, what you're the offers king. What are some things people are putting in their packages?
I say, some of the most common are monthly socials.
Yep.
Testimonials, every couple months, maybe once a quarter, a brand video. Some people run ads for their clients. Depends on the business.
Social content, testimonials. It could be VSLs for the client. It could be case studies for the client, like of their clients, of stuff they've done, depending on the type of client. Brownwell, I think Brunel. I want to make sure I'm saying it properly. Brunel Design Studios. What kind of clients do you want to work with? And then we can kind of give you a better idea of what types of videos you might put in there. S5L Production says, yes, that's the case. Yeah, I would keep your packages the same and then just take things out if you need to, because you want to get the highest lifetime value up front, and get them to spend as much as they can up front with you. How to scale agency when you work a full-time job and don't have anyone to help you build? It's a good question. So if you're scaling an agency when you have a full-time job, you have to do the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9, right? So it's just not the sexy part, but you got to work to get a couple of clients on retainer while you have the full-time job. And then once you have that stability, you can then feel comfortable to then leave the full-time job. I'm not really a big proponent of like, hey, just leave the job and figure it out. I'd rather you have a couple of retainers, and you said your name was Chris. Chris, I'd rather you have a couple of retainers that, and this is something we help our clients with, but get a couple of retainers in place, replace the full-time job income with the retainers, then jump ship, right? I never like to just be like jump ship, because like people have bills, they have things they have to pay for. Like it's usually not a very smart move to do that, Ethan, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. Like you said, the 5 to 9 is the big part, because if you're working it's day job 8 hours a day, then obviously
it's just going to take a little more time, but you got to put in some time. You got to sacrifice something. And oftentimes that's like, TV time or you go home, have dinner with the family, then get back to work, right? It's like, and that's not a forever thing. It's just a right now thing until you get a couple of those clients on retainer. But it is something that you have to sacrifice something, right? Either you wake up earlier, you work later, like you got to find the time somewhere in that time there. So Design Studio says, I'm a real estate photographer, so I deal with real estate agents. I already produce walkthroughs and work on building more agent videos for Instagram, but those are one-offs. Yeah, real estate's a little bit difficult sometimes. I would maybe pivot to like home services if you're going to do retainers, because then you can work with like roofing companies, interior designers. It's like real estate adjacent. People who do pool builds, people who sell something for a high ticket amount of money. A lot of times real estate agents can be cheap. They only want to pay a couple $100 for content. So like you could work really hard, but you're just not going to get anything out of it. So I'd work with like home builders, home services, contractors, people like that, and then charge like $5 to $10K a month for either running the ads for them, which is something we teach you how to do, and or doing social content and running the ads. And they'll pay you $5 to $10K a month on retainer to do that if you can get them leads, which is huge. Yeah. # truth. Yeah. The real estate agents are rough. It's a little difficult sometimes. Let's see. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I've been able to get a couple gigs with nothing retainable. Yeah, I would just focus on what are the ongoing problems, right? So like we have videos on my channel on like going over how to do retainers, but figuring out what types of businesses are you working with, and then what types of content do they need, and then how can you solve a problem on an ongoing basis over and over and over again. They're going to pay you every single month for something like that, which is huge. But you have to solve problems on an ongoing basis. I've been doing commercials 15-second and 30-second, and they like to run the same ones for months. So usually it's maybe twice a year. I'm higher. I'm lucky. Give me a little bit more context. What are they running? Are they running ads with it? Is what you're saying? Like, what are they running them? Where are they running them? Right. So it's like, if that's the case, then what other kind of content would they need on an ongoing basis that could solve more problems for them? Right. So you got to get creative. You got to kind of put your thinking cap on and be like, hey, what are some other things that I can offer that they're going to need on an ongoing basis? Right. And design studios, thanks. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I would go home services. We have packages in our coaching. Like if you were to join our coaching, that basically we take existing packages that people are selling, getting to 50, 100K a month, and we just give that to you so you can copy and paste the packages that are already working. TV commercials for furniture stores. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would figure out what other things do they need. Do they need testimonial content? Do they need social content? Do they need someone to run the ads for them? You can play on the fact that like ads fatigue, so you don't want to run them multiple months in a row. There's a lot of things you can do there. So what other questions, guys? We're cruising through these today. Let's see. I'm going on Instagram here. That helps. Perfect. Glad that helps. That is great. Let's see. What are some other things people are running into, Ethan? What are things that came up this week for people?
I think we talked about it before, but just like follow up. Got to be persistent.
Yeah. I think also building a gap. Like I had a case study with Joe from Snowy Peak Films yesterday. And one of the biggest things he said, like eye-opening things in the program, was like, I actually learned how to build a gap on my call rather than I'm somebody who's solving a business problem with content, not just someone who creates content meaninglessly, right? That's where a lot of you guys get hung up in your sales calls. People don't see the value simply because you're not showing them how you're going to solve a real business problem that makes them more money. And if they don't see that clear path of like, this is how I'm going to make more money, they're not going to pay for the services. They don't care, right? So you got to get that. You got to tie that in. What are they doing now? Where do they want to be? How is your content, your ads, whatever you're going to create for them, going to get them to point B with a high degree of certainty? And if you can't get that, it's going to be very difficult to get people to pay you, period. That's a big, big piece of it. Let's see. What else? What other questions, guys? We're here. Ask us some questions. We're happy to help. Let's see. I'm going to pull up Slack here as well and see if I have anything there. Let's see. It could be questions about lead gen. It could be questions about pricing. It could be questions around offer sheets. It could be questions around anything, guys. S5L Productions. Let's see. That was an old one. Got it. Got people joining here. Yeah, but that's the big thing is like you guys have to figure out, okay, great. Like what do they need that's actually going to make them more money? And then you can price higher without doing as much work because you're simply solving a problem for them. If I can create a piece of content that solves a problem for a business, makes them 10 times more than they pay me, like I don't have to work very hard as long as I can create that and get them the result. People only care about results. That's it. How do I know what to price? People either say too high or too low. Yeah, it segues into this. So what is the outcome that your client can expect after working with you? How much money are they going to make? And if you don't know the answer to that question, that's your first problem. You're like, if it's a furniture store, you know, let's say I'm a furniture store and Ethan's you. Ethan, how much money am I going to make with the commercials you create? And if the answer is like, I don't really know, or it depends, like that's why you're not sure. That's why you're not getting people to pay you higher prices, because you have no certainty around what the result is of the person who pays you. Because like people are paying for results. They're not paying for content. They do not give a shit about the content. They don't care. They care about the result. That's it. Why do people join gyms? Not so they can spend all day in there lifting weights. It's so they can get lean, look better, feel better. Like that's the result they're paying for.
Yep.
I see. Yeah. So like how much more furniture am I going to sell as a result of your commercials? And if you don't control that part of the process, I would say maybe build that into your offer. It's like, well, we'll run the ads for you. We'll create the ads and then we'll help you, sell an extra $100,000 in furniture every single month. It's like, great. So then for something like that, I'll pay you $10K a month if you're going to generate me $100K every single month. Easy. It's an easy ROI. Ethan, how many times do you see that on calls? People don't actually know the ROI, and that's why people won't pay them.
Too much.
Too much.
Part of it is due to lack of getting testimonials from past clients.
Yeah. It's an offer problem too. It's like you don't actually know what you're doing for your clients. Like most people are used to creating content, handing it off, and then just like expecting people to pay them again. That's not going to fly anymore. Nobody wants to, companies want to see a clear path to ROI, and it's getting harder and harder and harder for just the people who are going to shoot the content and hand it over. Like no one's going to pay for that anymore because there's not a clear path to an ROI. Like they got to see, how is this going to make me more money? How am I going to generate a return? If I spend 20 grand on these pieces of video, like how much is that going to realistically return back to my bank account? And the closer you can get to that, like the easier it's going to be to close deals.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. It's huge. Let me know if that makes sense, flight pattern. What other questions do we have, guys? We got a couple more minutes here. I see some people joining on Instagram. We got Oscar, Jamie, got Caleb, we got Maverick, Sheldon, Chase. Let's see, Angel. Let's see. What else? Makes sense. Appreciate it. Absolutely. You got it. The marketing element, East Broad Media. What's going on, guys? Got people from Mississippi up in here. I've never been to Mississippi. You been to Mississippi, Ethan?
Driven through it.
There you go. I have no sound. That sounds like I think there's sound. Sounds like it might be your issue, not ours. Might need to fix your headphones there or your speaker. Could be trouble. Let's see. What other questions, guys? We're going once on questions, going twice. Give you guys a couple more minutes and then we'll answer anything you got. Working now. Hello from Long Island. What's going on? Welcome from Long Island. Hello from Atlanta. Let's see. What other questions do we have here, guys? Let's see. Cool. Well, we'll just yap for another couple minutes, guys, unless you have any questions. We got people calling in from Toronto. How do I pick business partners? Pick a business partner that has a skill set that you don't have. Don't get a business partner that does the exact same thing as you, because then there's no point in having them. They need to add something to your business. Like, don't just pick somebody to be a business partner, because now you have to split profits with one other person. Pick someone who is a, additive, or a person who is going to actually add to the business that has a skill set that you don't have. How to pick solid partners. And then when you do look at them, look at their values. Look at, do they do what they say they're going to do, right? Look at their values. Look at what kind of person are they? Because it's more about what kind of person they are than, any of the other skill sets they can typically be taught. Hakeem says, how can I be as cool as you? Does the program teach me? No, Keem's on our sales team, so he thinks he's cooler than all of us. So, I'm trying to be as cool as him someday. Let's see. What's the best path to working remotely? Have a remote-based offer. There you go. Have an offer where clients send you footage. You have an editing team that edits them, and you consult them on their media. That's the best way. There you go. Hire local camera operators. Then I don't know what that question means. Maybe you can clarify for me. Advice on sound effects. We are in the wrong place for that. I am not the sound effects guy. Let's see. What other questions, guys? We got 2 minutes here, and then we're wrapping it up. Let's see. But yeah, the partners thing, like I wouldn't just get partners to get partners because people just get partners for no reason. Like there has to be a real reason to get them. It's like people just get business partners to sound cool. And then they give everyone these weird inflated titles of like CEO and, you know, CMO and CFO. I'm like, guys, you're making like 20 grand a month. Like there's no need for any of these titles. Like what are we doing?
Two people wearing all the hats. Like you're all of those.
7-figure entrepreneur and then wearing a suit in their photo and their profile picture and bio. What's that? Isn't there a Trevor Wallace meme? I love that dude. It's so funny. It's like
hilarious.
It's like entrepreneur. I'm better than you, or something like that. Some crazy.
There's a whole skit around that.
We gotta find that. That's so funny. I think you answered everything I have. Really appreciate your help. Looking forward to working with you. Absolutely, you got it. If you are somebody who just shoots content and hands it over, what would be the best way to transition to a person who shoots and creates value by actually getting people sales? Great question. Usually it's going to be by handling the distribution of the content. So like running ads with the content that you create. So learning the skill of running ads, which is one of the things we teach our clients so they can add more value. Because if I can create a really good ad, I can run it for a company. I can get them leads. They can contact those leads and make sales. Then like I am infinitely more valuable than somebody who just hands off content. That's it. Way easier. Cool. Let's see what else. Where would you get a video editor? It depends on what kind. If you're looking for overseas, you can go on onlinejobs.ph and try to source one. If you're looking for someone in-house, then you can go on like Indeed or some of the job hiring sites and make a job posting for an editor. Have them do a test project with you and then see which one you like and then go from there. There you go. Let's see. Who else is jumping in here, guys? How do I work with you guys? Look at the segue into the pitch. I love it.
Shameless plug.
That was not a plant. Flight Pattern is a real person. You can just go to the link under this video. There should be a link to like schedule a demo with our team. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio. If you're on Facebook, you can go to the link somewhere around this post, somewhere up there. You can check that out. Let's see. What is the best way to get clients without ads to start? Also, are the retainers for the full 6 month? Also, are the retainers for the full 6 month and then brought in monthly? I don't know if I understand the second part of that question. If you can clarify that, Teo. So what's the best way to get clients without ads to start? It's going to be either time or money. So you either have to spend money, which is ads to get clients, or you spend time, which is like reach outs, like cold reach outs, reaching out to local businesses, reaching out to your target avatar, offering some sort of free intro offer, like a free to case study, which is one of our methods. So you can reach out if you're going after medical businesses, you reach out to a certain amount of medical businesses, say, hey, we're looking to do a case study. We're going to give you this free video in exchange. Are you interested? Yes. You go in, you do the free video, get the case study, and then try to upsell them into a long-term monthly retainer after that. That's going to be the best way. Let's see. What else? Somebody. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense, Teo. And that is what we would do. Cool, guys. I think that's it. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds if you have any questions. And then we're going to wrap it up here and end the live. And if you want to learn a little bit more about what we do and how we help our clients, link below this video. You can schedule a call with our team, and we're happy to help. Thanks. That was helpful. Can you clarify the retainer system? I'm not sure if I understand your question around the retainer system. You said like, how is cost broken down? So typically we do like a 3, 6, 12-month package. There are 3 different options. You pitch them the full price, right? And then you try to get them to pay in full up front. And then if they don't pay in full, you do a monthly. And then after that, you just roll it into monthly payments after that. So if it's like a $60K 6-month package, you say it's $60K for 6 months. And then they say, is that monthly? Most of our clients pay up front. Did you need me to split it up for you? And then you basically, if they do, then you'd go 10K a month, or you do 60K up front. And then after that, you'd renew them on another 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, whatever it may be. Thanks again. Talk with you soon. Absolutely. If you've never made ads before, what's one thing you must incorporate into your ads to make them successful? It's not one thing. It's like a million things. But I would go to our YouTube channel. We have a whole breakdown of that on our YouTube as well. Cool. Okay, I was confused if it was 60K monthly for 6 months or yeah, it just depends. Most of the time it's going to be 60K for 6 months. 60K a month is quite the retainer. That'd be a great retainer, but it's not that realistic. Typically like 5 to 15 to 20K a month is an average retainer. Yeah. Yep. Cool, guys. Well, that's it. Let us know if you have any questions for us. We are going to jump. If you want to learn more, click the link below. Schedule a call with our team. We're happy to help, see if we can help, and we will roll from there. We'll see you guys in the next live. Peace.
I'm feeling like a brand new me. Brand new. I blew away the clouds I was standing under. Traded all my rainy days for a little summer. I fly so high.